question comes, should you really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Georgia's offense will have the football first. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the one for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plane to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swing.
Oh, he's got some space. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Got the first down and more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent.
Touchdown, Georgia! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
The coverage team maintains this discipline, not much doing on that return. The Yellow Jackets offense has the ball for the first time, and they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when 3-time All-American David Pollack played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Return brings it out to the 40. And your Georgia Bulldogs will take over.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around.
On the set. Here we go.
Off the play fake on first down. Pressure coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, five-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
That was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Wants to throw. It's King. Under fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back to the 36.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Quarterback extends the play. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. The give to the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right at...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's King. Quarterback adapted. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Here comes the heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Just couldn't get a little spark of momentum going there with the miss, and they're still down by 23, fellas. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him. You
can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same play.
Gets loose in the middle. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Not much there on the line. He gets 1 to the 31. The Rambling Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech was a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
The Bulldogs are facing 3rd and inches. Looking to throw for it. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Georgia! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell a quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Virginia Tech picked a bad day to have a bad day. The once proud tradition Frank Beamer built there in Blacksburg, we're a long way from that right now. They're trailing by 21 to Pittsburgh. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Push down for the tackle.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. It'll be 3rd and long. Trying play action. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He'll pitch it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
He's now 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Grab near the marker. It's Smith. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Looking downfield on 1st down. They're working that left side. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st.
Georgia.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
The play action fake. The throw to the outside is complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Gonna run it. It's Gibson. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Governor's Cup is on the line, and already the Dogs and Ramblin' Wreck have given us some impressive moments. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the duel between Georgia and Georgia Tech plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll run this play from the pistol. They're testing the right side here. Can't get him to the ground. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Right back to the well. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. crease at the 20. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field.
2-9-50.
They'll run it on first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat them.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know.
Touchdown Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Things getting tough for the Jackets as the hairy dogs putting the bite into this one.
Georgia owning the Jackets, and they own this series, this rivalry, the hatred between the two. Right now, it's looking like that Governor's Cup going straight to the Dogs.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. To the air, it's King. Working that left side now. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Give to the running back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for room, it's Robinson. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. on the option. They'll leave it with him. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Bringing the heat. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. That is no good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Phillips. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Stockton. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Taylor. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Yellow Jackets will punt it away on fourth down. They'll look to pin him deep. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might as well stick with him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Punt is on its way. Just needs a crack to get a return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. The clean old-fashioned hate was evident, and now Georgia Tech has even more reason to hate the Dogs because the red and black come out on top. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.